I actually just got news that I am officially going to Mexico in May.
The only reason why she wouldn't let me sleep over is because she had two other brothers.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. We miss you guys so much. I feel like we ghosted you guys for a whole last week.
It's been too long.
No, it's
Way
been a
too long.
last minute. It's only been a week, bitch.
Literally.
No, but for real though, I feel like the week has been going by so quickly. Have I been the only one that has been feeling like the whole month, the weeks, the days, the hours have just been...
It's because every single day it's always something new. And since your birthday is coming up, Alan's birthday come up, Ashley's birthday just passed by. Like, girl, every day has been booked and busy. Since we've been going really crazy, you guys know that we're big time chismosos. So pause the video right now and comment down below what the fuck you guys are up to. Are you guys eating hot Cheetos? Are you guys texting your ex? Calling your ex?
You better not be calling your ex because I'm calling your ex. But before we dive into today's mess, we want to give a huge shout out to the real ones that left a lot of love in last week's episode.
So let's read our first comment because y'all had us screaming, bitch.
This one's from @Esnesa6970. Danny, if your grandma is no longer in a burial site, still go to Mexico. Visit her hometown. She'd be so happy to know you're there. It's part of your story and part of you. Hugs.
Oh, that's so cute.
Well, thank you so much for leaving that comment. Don't forget to comment down below on this week's episode so you guys can be featured on next week's episode, because we like to at least give a shout out to 4 or 5 comments every single episode. So maybe we might not like them or comment as often, pero si los leemos, eh? Talking about Mexico, I actually just got news that I am officially going to Mexico in May. Now, I don't know exactly the dates just yet. We're trying to figure it out, and we don't know what's going to be the status for Alan's papers by then. But if Alan doesn't end up getting his approval by May, we kind of felt a little bit bad. So like we were like, no, it's okay, we don't have to go. But he's like, no, go, don't let me stop you. Like, when my opportunity comes, I'm gonna go. We were like, you know what, it's okay, fine, well, we'll go. And pues I know I had to ask my man for permission, but he did let me go. So I'm going to Mexico.
Woo! What part of Mexico are you planning on going?
Well, as of right now, my mom and my stepdad are telling me that we're gonna go to my stepdad's pueblo. I don't think my mom really wants me to go to the DF. I guess she's a little bit scared because I think her brother kind of like scared her off because he was kind of like taking her to like really dangerous parts of like Mexico, and like she didn't feel safe. But I feel like my mom's a little bit over exaggerated, so I think this time around I'm not gonna really go to El DF, but my mom is gonna bring her brother from El DF to where we're staying at, so that we can like all kind of stay together in one house together, which I'm super excited for. I don't know, I have a lot of studying to do. Duolingo will definitely be my best friend.
Girl, tell y'all Duolingo is actually really, really good. I highly recommend it.
Is it fun?
Honestly,
I've heard it's fun.
I like it. I do it for math, and girl,
oh, there's math Duolingo?
Yes, bitch. I be doing equations, fractions, all that shit, because that shit's a blur. But honestly, when I see that refresh, I'm like, all right, I got this, bitch. I got this. I feel so smart.
Damn, I didn't know that. Low-key, Duolingo
comes in clutch. Nah, babe, they come in clutch. But that's a good way that you could improve your Spanish, obviously, as well, because we are no sabo kids. Our American Mexican language is not exactly the same as it is in Mexico.
And well, you know what? Something that I just found out not too long ago, I'm like a on the spot like Spanish speaking person, meaning that like if you catch me on the spot where you're talking Spanish really good with me and I completely understand you, my Spanish will just fucking flow out like nothing. I remember when I used to work for T-Mobile, I would get a lot of customers that would talk to me in Spanish because most customers that came into T-Mobile were most likely Hispanics, and since I was kind of like one of the other Hispanics that did speak Spanish, of course they would always come to me.
Right.
So like when they came to me, I literally turned on my Spanish Spanish mode. Y como si, like, if I already knew Spanish from, like,
Since a
ever.
baby,
Yes,
basically.
dude, like, if I never got raised here.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I don't know if it's a bad thing. I could definitely relate to that. But whenever someone comes that's from Puerto Rico, Colombia, Salvador, de lo que sea, for some reason develop with their accent.
No, it really is that, though.
I don't know if it's a bad thing. Like, it just happens. Nomás me sale y pues the convo just goes on smoothly, bitch.
And plus, I mean, I'd rather have an accent sometimes. And if the accent's beautiful, I'm not trying to, like, say anything. I'm just trying to mimic it so I can sound a little bit more sexy.
Yeah, dude, honestly, because some accents I'm like, damn, baby.
No, for real. Like, I love how Cubans talk.
Oh, I agree. I definitely agree.
Speak to me in Cuban.
No, honestly, one thing that I will say, whenever someone's speaking to me in Spanish and I'm like anxious, I'm just overwhelmed and I'm like, my thoughts are just running, dude. My Spanish is shit as fuck. And I'm only saying this because it has happened to me with my madrina. My madrina, she speaks full-blown Spanish. I've had conversations with her, but for some reason, that day, I was just really, really anxious that my primas was there with my madrina as well. She was trying to have a convo with me, but I would always ask my primas, what is she saying? Wait, what is she saying? I'm like, what? Like, that's how blinked out I was.
Esta pinche morra.
No, esta pinche morra está
Con
todo
el no-
faded.
I
no.
know, she's like, pinche nopal en el frente, pinche
No,
morra.
en serio, dude, it was that bad. So I for sure have my moments that when I'm really anxious, I can't speak Spanish. But again, as you said, if I'm good on the moment, girl, I could talk Spanish easily. Or if anything, with my mom. For some reason, I struggle a lot with my mom because I feel like with her Spanish, obviously, she's Mexican. She was raised speaking Spanish. I don't know why. Like, I just want to make sure I say the things correctly. But when I don't, the good thing is that my mom does is she corrects me. She's like, así no se dice, se dice así. And then I repeat the sentence. She's like, así. And then we just go on with the conversation and stuff. So I'm happy that I at least have my mom to like actually put me on the spot and tell me like, this is the right way to speak Spanish or stuff. Especially when you're going to Mexico, you need to make sure that you know good because they know the difference, babe.
I know, bitch. I'll have my parents talking for me the entire time. I'll be like,
Calladito.
quiero un taco. And they'll be like, it's $20 for you. Because sometimes I heard that they upcharge to the people that, you know, look a little United Stadian.
They do. It's porque piensan que tienen dinero. I'm
but
so
I don't
grateful.
Have money, I promise.
You're like, I'm poor. And it has happened to me once. I don't know if I mentioned this story before, but when I went to Mexico, there's a liquor store down the street from where my grandpa lives and I wanted chips. So I took some money, some pesos, and I still was trying to figure out the money situation of how it worked. The good thing is that they knew that I was my mom's daughter. So when I went in and they told me the amount, I just gave them whatever amount. They're like, oh, no, así no. And they literally showed me on that spot how to count the money. And after that, I got the money easily. Ya fue eso 2 años y se me olvidó todo.
You probably have to go to Mexico to refresh your mind.
Honestly, I really do. So I'm so happy for you, first of all.
You.
That's very, very exciting. I can't wait for you to experience the whole Pueblo Rancho life. You're going to love it so, so much. I already imagine it. It's going to be amazing.
But let's move on to the next comment.
This comment is from Jez G 7044.
Jez G?
Jez G. Jez. Irma, I'm going to need you to get on with your content. My sister and I were just talking about that today. Girl, if you were on it with your content, you wouldn't have to do Amazon Flex. Get on it, Irma.
I've already told her. I've already told her. I've already told her that Irma is literally a ball of opportunity. And she just pops the ball of opportunity. But it's okay, you know, she's going to learn sooner or later.
I'm not trying to put an excuse or anything, but it's just like I haven't been feeling confident enough to kind of just record myself, even when I'm like fodonga and stuff. And lately, actually, I've been getting ready because it's been making me feel good. And I feel like I haven't been feeling good myself. So I don't want to be putting out like just fake content of me being like a fake bitch, like hee hee, all happies and joys. But in reality, I'm like over my shit. To tell y'all, it's gotten to the point where I don't even want to look at myself in the mirror. Like it's been pretty intense. So that's the reason why I haven't really been uploading my content, but I'm slowly getting back into it. I just actually recorded some TikToks before actually coming over here to the office. I'm doing little things. I'm just trying to figure out managing my time and trying to get shit done because girl, this is not it. I definitely get it. I totally understand. There's a few videos in the back burner that I still haven't edited. Well, partially. That motive, for some reason, is just not there, which sucks. It fucking does suck because I really do enjoy producing content. I really do like making TikToks. I really do like making those videos, but just lately it hasn't been a good mental state for myself. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but slowly but surely she's actually gonna start doing this daily of getting ready at least a little bit in the morning, because that's what I feel like it starts. I just look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, girl, I don't want to look at myself, but I want to look at myself when I'm dolled up. I'm gonna have to take the opportunity to just wake up earlier and just get ready no matter what, and just go on with my day and get shit done, because this is not cutting it, babes. So let's move on to the next comment. This one's from @Lisbeth Vasquez 1234. This triggered me too. When I was a freshman in high school, we also had the pants trend where they used to pull pants down. A guy did it to me during PE and my shorts actually fell down with my panties. I told my dad and he was furious. He had the kid expelled and we decided not to press charges. Bitch,
That's
I'd be traumatized.
crazy,
I'd be traumatized as fuck.
I do remember when the boys in the boys' locker room, they would do like the pants
each
thingy.
other.
I personally wouldn't do it, or I would be part of it. Like they would pants me, but I only let them because like I wanted to be part of the boys or whatever. But I never really personally did it to anybody. Also, the reason why I didn't want to do it to any of the boys, because then they would be like, oh, that's gay. Like you're gay. You know, give them.
You don't want to get targeted because you know how straight boys think sometimes, especially at that age.
Yeah, so like it was just like a whole thing, but I'm so sorry you went through that. That's like a core memory.
Yeah,
literally.
dude, honestly, I would want to switch schools from then. Like, just imagine like everybody seeing your punani and your fucking ass cheeks.
Over stupid ass game, girl.
Like, girl, there's like boundaries, and that is something that food definitely passed. And también, ¿cómo te agarró? Like, como se te agarró bien así, pa abajo, dude. Like, with shorts or pants, usually you just have to like slightly tug it and then like down.
Now, let's move on to the last comment. This one's from @Amy Hernandez-U1U. I swear I feel like y'all talked about this topic before. Shake my head. Get out y'all comfort zones and switch it up. Switch it around town.
Well, give us topic ideas.
Well, personally, bitch. Just kidding.
Bitch.
No. But no, I feel like we have talked about this, but you know, a really, really big, deep secret, like my whole. Me and Irma talked about how season 3 for our podcast was very much a new structure, a new everything, a new beginning, and we wanted to do our stories in a matter that was a little bit more fresh. For example, like how you said that we have already talked about it before. When we talked about it before, we were talking about it as a topic. We weren't talking about it as like a story time.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why we had brought it up again, because we were like, well, this is a new structure. We got to talk about it again, and we have to do it right this time around.
If anything,
you know what I mean?
we were trying to give it more personalized.
Yeah.
Instead of just giving like straight up topic just as see, like we actually want to give you guys like our story times and our experiences with it. That's just the point of what we want
It's
for this.
playoff time, and you know what that means. Time to spice things up with Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy platform out there. Irma, you've got that big football energy, right?
Claro que sí, Danny. I'm all about turning my hot takes into cold hard cash. With Price Picks, it's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on player stats, like will Lamar Jackson throw more than 250 passing yards? What do you think, Danny?
I'm saying more because Lamar's been on fire. And you know what else is on fire? Prize Picks Taco Tuesday promo, where they discount players' projection by 25%. You can't go wrong with that.
And don't forget the flex play feature. So even if one of your picks doesn't hit, you can still double your money. Price Picks really looks out for their players.
Facts, and they make it easy to get your winnings fast, like 15 minutes fast. No waiting around, like when Irma decides what to eat for dinner.
Hi, Danny. Rude, but true. Anyways, here's the deal. Download the Price Picks apps today and use code LTP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right, $50 guaranteed. Repeat that, Danny.
You heard her. Download the app now and use the code LTP to get $50 instantly after your first $5 lineup. So what are you waiting for? Prize Picks, run your game.
And run it like us, because we're always winning. Price Picks, run your game.
Nah, dude, I've been really fucking tired. So let's move on to
Sip of the week.
Nah, TikTok shop got me again, girl. I have been seeing this energy drink all over my For You page, and I'm super excited to try it out. And not only is it an energy drink, but it's also Latino owned. They have a lot of flavors that you might be familiar with. These are the Mas energy drinks, and they come in a 6-pack, and they have flavors like mango, tamarindo, and Jamaica. And for all the white people out there, hibiscus, tamarindo, mango. But yes, I am super excited to try these out. Which one do you want to try?
Honestly, the fucking Jamaica or mango is calling my name.
Okay, I'm actually gonna give you Jamaica. I'm so sorry. I'm not a true Mexican, but I hate Jamaica.
No way. I feel like Jamaica is the best flavor, but you know what? The only reason why I love Jamaica is because supposedly it really does help with weight loss.
Really?
Because it has a lot of good nutrients and everything. So when I would do the agujas, I don't know if you guys have heard, you have like patches and they have little tiny needles and it strikes like a certain nerve in your brain. It basically is a certain diet and you could only have Jamaica and water. That was basically my like drink replacement, but I don't like sweet Jamaica. It has to be, honestly, the bitter, the better for me personally.
Well, now I'm gonna have to try Jamaica if it is really good for weight loss. But these energy drinks have 45 calories. Their motto is, our goal in creating mass energy is to establish inclusivity, create memories, and energize communities. Through Latin culture, we want the world to unite through our distinctive flavor, turn good times into better ones, and experience more energy with more flavor. It comes with antioxidants, 200 mg caffeine, electrolytes, and did I mention 45 calories? Girl, and it only has like 10 grams of sugar included.
That's not bad. Mine's actually 60 calories and it's Jamaica.
Oh, wow. And it also has some vitamins in it. They have vitamins like vitamin B and magnesium. Ooh.
I can't wait to try this out, honey. So
Let's try this girl up.
Oh, it does smell like Jamaica.
Smells really good.
It does smell like Jamaica.
No, that smells really good. Smell it?
Really? You won't probably like the smell, to be honest.
But I know what Jamaica smells like.
The mango does smell good.
Nice and fresh. Okay, amigas, don't forget to get your drink or your popsicle or your... and enjoy a drink with us. Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro y pa dentro. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, this is so good. It is so fresh and it doesn't even taste like an energy drink.
Wow.
Wow.
Bitch, I see myself drinking this with tequila.
Girl, I definitely need to pick me up. And this
Is a picker-upper.
it doesn't even feel like a heavy energy drink like Red Bull or
No.
Monster. It feels so lightweight and like really nice to drink.
It is. Just so you guys know, it is a little carbonated. Are all energy drinks carbonated,
Yeah.
actually? I just noticed that. But it is carbonated. It's not crazy carbonated either,
It kind of tastes like a juice.
It does, honestly. I get Jamaica, but like it's not an overpowering taste of Jamaica.
Oh, that's good, no?
I think-
it's like just like a little taste of Jamaica.
Yeah, it's like
which
a
is
little
good,
taste.
no?
Honestly, I love my Jamaica flavor, so I would like it a little bit more intense.
Oh, okay. Well, you
But
wanna try mine?
overall, it's really good. I doubt you'll like this, but
No, I don't want to try. Well, I'm actually not going to try the Jamaica, but I am going to try the tamarindo because I'm actually really interested on how that tastes.
This mango one is really good. Wow.
Okay, the tamarindo smells really good. Ooh, low-key, I'm super excited to try this. Okay, ready?
Let's see.
I like it.
Spicy?
You know why? No, actually. You know why I like it? Because you could taste the tamarindo, but it's not super overpowering.
Oh, wow. I actually think I like the tamarindo better than the Jamaica.
Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Now, I didn't tell you guys, but if you guys have been following us on social media, you guys would get all of our updates. But Ashley's 24th birthday just came up, and low-key, time is starting to like hit a little bit because not only did Ashley just turn 24, but Alan's nephew is literally turning 15. 15, dude. You know what that means? 3 more years and he's 18.
Dude,
5 more years, he's 21.
No.
And he'll be able to go get me a bottle.
No, hold on. That actually makes me a little sad because they're growing up so quickly.
So quickly.
Oh my gosh, dude. I remember him being like such a little baby. I actually was showing you guys some Snapchat memories on my Snapchat of how little Sophia and how little Gabriel was. Even Alexandra and Yaya were not even in the picture yet at all, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how long it's been that I've known these kids and I just love them so, so much. And it's just so crazy how time is flying by so, so fucking quick. I still can't believe it, honestly. But besides with the kids growing up and getting old, I can't believe it, we did celebrate Ashley's birthday, which was on the 14th of March. And it was so much fun.
Yes,
First
dude,
of all,
we ended up getting her a party bus, and it was a really big party bus, and Ashley was able to invite a couple of her close friends, and she just wanted to have a really, really chill night with us at WeHoger.
Yeah.
And you know I never pass up a day to go to WeHo.
No. But she specifically wanted to go to Heart. But if you guys don't know and don't live in LA and don't go to WeHo, that is the bar that we love going to. It's so lit. But unfortunately, they got a new management and they named it differently. And I think it's from new ownership and everything. And I'm not going to lie, Heart was better.
Why? It wasn't much of a difference.
It wasn't much of a difference, but I feel like the music vibes for that night was just not what I was expecting.
Personally, I don't even remember when we got to Heart.
Because once we got to Heart, we were already close to blacking out.
Yeah, low-key, I was really fucking
Because
drunk.
prior from Heart, we actually ended up going to 2 other bars. The only reason why we didn't go to Heart in the first place was because they were charging to go in. Because Little Nas was going to be there, which he was, performing and everything. And that's why they were still selling the tickets. Even after a whole night, they were still selling the tickets $20. Girl, which didn't make sense because he wasn't even there no more. But overall, it was still really fun. We got so fucked up, bitch. Like, I think we ended up finishing a whole buzz ball, a biggie one in the party bus. And we ended up finishing up a bottle and a half.
This is your sign to go out and celebrate your birthday, because honestly, thinking about time and thinking about our age, I just know that there's going to be a time and age where we're not going to be able to do something, or we're not even going to be able to drink, or even be able to enjoy an energy drink because of our health issues, because we're so old and grimy. But yes, celebrate life, because that's all we can do is celebrate it. Alan's birthday is actually coming up soon. I don't really know exactly what me and Alan are doing for our birthdays this year. Again, it's just another birth year. We're just kind of like winging it. And low-key, I've been enjoying a lot of our alone trips with me and Alan, that I feel like for our birthdays, I want to do just another solo trip, but not like a solo trip somewhere outside of the state. I would like to just go to to Catalina Island, maybe go to Glen Ivy to go do some massages or something. I think that would be super cool, but I just don't know. I like to celebrate my birthday, yeah, but I'm just kind of well,
the simpler the better.
Yeah, as long as I myself feel like I celebrated, I'm chilling. Si fuera nada más a dinner night out, or just as long as I get a little birthday cake from one person, I don't care, because I feel like I've learned to kind of just appreciate another year of life. I don't need people to reassure me that, oh, I feel celebrated. As long as me, myself, I'm there for myself, and I know that I'm happy, and I know that I'm chilling, that's all that matters. I don't feel like I need to worry about if this person doesn't come, or if this person didn't do anything for me, no, it's not all about that. It's all about just being happy that you're being able to live another year, because girl, we don't have a lot. I was just watching I don't remember what it was, but somebody was celebrating their 95th birthday, and I was whoa, 95, and they were still kikiing with their friends and stuff like that. And I really do want to live up to 95, even 100, girl. Yeah. Give me 130,
150,
please.
Bitch.
Yes, dude. And honestly, if I don't look good and I'm all criminally, all fucking ashy and shit, I don't care, girl. I still want to go out to a drag queen show.
Yeah, dude. Or bring the drag queens to me, bitch, because I feel like I'll barely make it out the door, bitch.
Without peeing on my diaper.
Literally, bitch. Get my caregiver over here right now. When it's my birthday, I like to celebrate it for a few days, maybe a day before, the day of, and then the day after. It's just once a year where it's celebrating about me. It's literally me. It sounds very conceited, I guess, but it's really not, because guess what, bitch? I'm here, I'm thriving, and I'm living my life. I don't know, it's just something that I feel should definitely be taken very serious. So if you guys want to say happy birthday to me, I'm not gonna take you serious. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But no, overall though, I feel definitely birthdays are very important to celebrate. And as you said, very well said actually, as long as you feel you celebrated yourself and you feel good, that's all that fucking matters.
Nah, but I feel we've been celebrating a lot, because not only have we been celebrating birthdays, but bitch, did you even celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Are you even Irish? Like,
We were Irish that day, bitch, because I didn't even think we were going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
dude, I didn't either, but low-key, it was hella fun for the first time ever.
Literally.
I never thought on a Monday for St. Patrick's Day
it was gonna be lit.
And
it was fucking lit, bitch. So literally how this whole situation happened was that day on Monday, me and Alan had to work. He had to film for his podcast, and it was with Virgo Tati. If you guys don't know her, she's a literal TikTok queen. I love her so fucking much. That day after we filmed, we just caught this vibe. She was just so chill. She was just so easygoing.
Yeah, I always knew from watching her like on TikTok. She was like, I knew that she was supposed to be our best friend. Yes. I wish she lived here.
I know, because she does live in Texas, so she was only here for literally that night. So after we filmed, she did end up coming through to Alan's and Danny's house, and Ms. Munchies was there as well, and we were just kikiing, having the time of our lives, smoking up, girl. And we were just trying to figure out what we should do. We were like, should we just go to dinner and have some drinks there, or should we go to the club? Like, what or should we fucking do?
At first we were kind of like, well, are bars even open on Monday? And we were like, nah, I don't think bars are open on Monday, like unless it's like a gentleman's club, girl. And I'm a whole ass gaylord, so like I don't want to go see some tatas. I want to go see some peepees, you know? So like, of course I'm not gonna go to a gentleman's club on a Monday. But anyways,
and regardless, people have fucking work the next day.
Yes.
But it comes to find out, people are down.
So we were literally looking up bars in downtown Santa Ana on Google and to see if they had any type of events going on. And tell me why. It literally said like a whole ass St. Patty's Day like thing, and it's like a special drink. And I was like, do you think people are really gonna go? And I promise you, it felt like a whole ass weekend.
Dude, it really did. And I'm not gonna lie, when we first arrived to Indio, that's the bar that we went to. That's literally our go-to. Like, we love that fucking bar so much, especially if you're fucked up, bitch. Like, it's the fucking time of our lives. We get there, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not as packed as it normally would be on a weekend. But I think we were the life of the party.
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna lie.
Standing around.
Yes, everybody was just standing around, you know, going back and forth and shit.
We were all 1-2 step.
No, dude.
1-2 step.
Every single time that we would just be dancing, having our time of the life, like hyping each other up, everybody in the club that was outside and inside would look at us and be like, "What are they doing? What's going on over here?" They were even hyping us all up, dude. Like, we were the life of the fucking party.
You want to know, dude, something? I've done a really good job at being able to really just focus on myself when I'm in a club and even in like public places, because I feel like I used to have a really bad habit of paying attention to everything around me and being felt judged. And it's a very good thing that I've been able to do that, because I feel like when you feel judged, you just kind of go into a negative mindset and you know, ya no quieres hacer nada.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
You just want to be there. You get into this negative like mind space. No, but overall though, the vibes were just definitely fucking there, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really throw ass like that, but this time I was throwing a little ass out there and shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like the vibe with the girls and with us, just all of us together, was just very comforting.
Yeah.
I felt so comfortable and just very drunk. I just felt so drunk. And dude, it was just so much fun. We were at Indio for a while. You know, the music was kind of like dying down a little bit. It wasn't vibing as much anymore. So we were like, hey, no, actually, it's mentira. Danny was the one of like, hey, do you guys want to go to the bar where it has buzz balls? And bitch, we went to the bar that had buzz balls, bitch. We each individually had a fucking cup of buzz balls, and that's where it fucking hit me. And I was so fucked up.
I keep saying the same thing every year. I'm gonna keep giving up buzz balls, but I just can't give up buzz balls. I just can't. Like, for some weird reason, it has its hook on me. Like, I have one in my fridge right now, but the only reason why I have it in my fridge is because I found it in the back seat of my car. So I was like, oh my god, a free buzz ball. But as soon as I found it, I was like, should I drink it? Like, it was literally like, Danny, drink me, please. Drink me. You'll love me. You'll love the time of your life. No, dude, I swear to God.
No.
And in my head, it's still doing that. I really want that buzz ball right now.
Bitch, you're like, fuck this energy drink. I want to go get a buzz ball right now. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. When I'm fucked up, I'm still down to drink a buzz ball. I was even hesitant when you told me like, do you want one too? I was like, fuck it, bitch. We're out. We're having fun. I'm having a lit ass time. I'm not worried about other bitches around me and shit. Yeah, I'm still being observant, but I'm not worried about anything. That I'm like, fuck it.
But you know what? What did kind of trigger my hangover, and I just noticed this. I've been drinking a lot of the buzz balls that have been just tequila and vodka based, and that's all I've been drinking with tequila. Yeah, I'll have like a slight headache in the morning, but that's it. But that day, the next morning, you saw me how fucking bad I was.
Yeah.
The next fucking morning, I had an excruciating ass headache. I had
Pure tequila.
No, the buzz balls from the other bar were wine ones, and I had 2 of them.
You're right.
So I think that's why I got hungover.
That's why.
I promise you.
And that's why you were even hesitant of even getting those buzz balls, because they were wine, dude. I know.
But next time, I promise you, I won't. Just because it's a buzz ball, I'm not gonna grab it. Gotta resist.
We'll see about that. Next story is him drinking more buzz ball. But no, honestly, guys, that was so much fun. We were having so much fun in that club. It was really lit until eventually we were like, hey, let's go to another bar. Let's try out another one that we haven't tried before. And so we did cross the street and we went into this one, which was literally a crack on the wall, smaller than Indio, actually. And right when we stepped in, bitch, it smelled like fucking ass and sudor. I get it. Everybody's vibing and stuff, but there's a thing called ventilation and AC for a club, babe. So I would think that there'd be some ventilation in there, but no, dude, once you got in there, you're like suffocating from the fucking smell. So immediately we were like, oh, let's go. We're leaving. And the security guy was like, that fast? And I was like, bitch, it smells. Like, what the fuck? What do you think?
If you don't smell it, it's probably you.
Exactly, bitch. So then that's when we did end up going back to Indio, and we did finish off the night with a kawama. Me and Danny did end up sharing one, and that is what fucked me up even more. I don't know how the fuck I survived, but once we left and we were in that car ride, dude, nausea the whole time. I was so fucking nauseous. It was so fucking bad. Like, I was telling myself, I'm like, please, just calm down. Just breathe. Just close your eyes. Just, just focus. You're fine. You're fine. And once we got to Alan's and Danny's house, Alan was fucked up. He went upstairs. Munchies and Danny were fucking crazy and still kept on fucking drinking the Don Julio that we still had left over before we left. I think you guys did end up finishing it. I'm assuming.
No, I don't think we did.
No? Okay. But while they were drinking that, dude, I was just on the table and my head was spinning. I was like, oh my God, stop. I was like, no. Like, I couldn't even keep a conversation going or anything until eventually, before I actually sat on the table, I went to get a trash bag for my car. I brought it in. Bitch, I got that trash bag. I stepped outside, threw up so disgusting, because after Indio, I totally forgot to mention, we ended up getting fucking tacos.
Oh, yeah. So you threw up all the tacos?
So I threw up all the tacos. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It literally was like fucking Max's throw up that he left on the patio.
Can you just be quiet?
It was that bad. It was so gross, dude. Like, I have not thrown up like that in such a long time, and it was so gross. I felt so disgusting after that. I was like, I can't. Like, I just really can't. Will I do it again? Of course I will. I'm not gonna lie. I will do it again, bitch. I don't give a fuck, because guess what? I had a lit ass fucking time, and it's gonna happen again.
Well, talking about now that we go out and do kind of like whatever we want. There was a time that our parents, when we were younger, didn't let us do anything. And I feel like, that's like a parent mentality. Some parents just don't let you do a lot of things. I feel like, my mom was a little bit more lenient with me because I was her favorite, not gonna lie. Thank you to SKIMS for sponsoring this week's episode. Alrighty, besties, drop what you're doing because we need to talk about something life-changing. And no, it's not my chisme, though it's juicy. It's SKIMS!
Y'all, I wasn't ready for how obsessed I'd be with SKIMS. Like, every time I reach for my bra and undies, it's SKIMS or nada, period. Okay, real talk. Intimates used to make me feel like I was in a chokehold, but the Fits Everybody crossover bralette, big chest, small chest, every chest. You'll feel supported and cute. For me, it's their Fits Everybody full brief. No more struggling with bulky underwear under jeans. These are like butter, but better, smooth, and comfy.
Same, and don't get me started on their Valentine's shop. Whether you're treating babe or yourself, because self-love is a must, they've got something for everyone. Women, men, even the kiddos.
Yes, so do yourself a favor and hit up skims.com, and when you check out, don't forget to select podcast and shout us out. Let them know Let's Talk Pendejadas sent you.
Trust us, you won't regret it. SKIMS is that girl. And I was always very cuidadoso and stuff like that, but doesn't mean that I didn't have a couple of secrets. Now, you guys know the history with Irma, that Irma was not allowed to sleep anywhere, especially because she was a girl. And that was very much the same for my sister as well. My mom would let me sleep over a lot of places a lot more frequently, but with my sister, it would be a little bit more different. But Irma has the exact same story.
Oh, for sure, girls. Like, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but back in the days, honest, dude. Like, literally middle school, high school, every single time I would always ask my mom, can I sleep over, please, at my friend's house? And mind you, this friend at the time literally lived like 2 blocks away from my home. The only reason why she wouldn't let me sleep over is because she had 2 other brothers. Obviously, it made sense, but like I knew how her brothers are, and they were never like weird or anything. They were actually always very nice. They would actually hold up a conversation and ask how I'm doing and everything. So it was just very like in my head, like, Mom, like, you don't get it, this and this and that. But now in a grown-up mindset, obviously it makes sense. I do remember this one time, actually before high school, my mom did end up letting me sleep over at my aunt's house, which was in Riverside, a lot farther, bitch. And it would only be for one night, because the next day, that's when my tia would come visit us. It would be like a every weekend kind of thing. And the only reason why my mom would let me sleep over at my aunt's house was because it was all primas. There was no primos, nothing. It was just my uncle and all my primas and my tia. So it makes sense, obviously, but I think it got to the point where my mom was like, okay, no, like, I can't keep letting you sleep over. Also because my uncle, he does drink a bit, so she didn't really want me to be in that type of environment, I'm assuming, which makes sense. I appreciate her for that, but sometimes I feel like our parents just get really, really paranoid, and you know, it's understandable, but sometimes you just gotta like
be a little bit more lenient.
And it's totally okay, until eventually, obviously, with the ex-friend wouldn't let me sleep over, and then eventually once I met Alan and Danny.
But I feel like also you were a little bit more older during that time when you were starting to sleep over at our house, and
yes,
I feel
that's what I meant. Like, why, like, when I met you guys, I was already in like senior year in high school. I was 17 already at that point. Obviously, when you're a senior and even at that age, you already feel like you're grown.
Yeah.
But realistically, you're really not, because even when I see high school kids, I'm like, bitch, you're a kid. Now, it makes sense, right? But at that time, for sure, like, I just felt like I was older. I was old enough to make my own decision. I was good. I knew what I was doing and everything. But the main concern for my mom and my dad was obviously because they were dudes. When I would explain to my mom, like, Mom, they're gay. Like, they don't like puss. They like dick, like me. So it's like,
we'll probably share a dick, but
like,
I will never grab theirs.
Exactly. So my mom was just, she couldn't captivate that, especially since she's never met you guys too. Since I would share a room with my like siblings, I wouldn't really bring my friends over. Only like my old friend that lived down the street, but it's because she knew like my siblings a little bit, and I would kind of kick my sister out of the room a little bit. So I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, sis. I already apologized and everything, but that's what just would be my parents' main concern. And I would just be like very assertive with them, like, they're gay, they're gay, they're gay, they're gay, they like dick. And they just wouldn't get it until eventually I was like, it's fucking prom night, we're going to Disney, it's gonna be late as fuck. The lie was that they couldn't drop me off, so I just did end up sleeping over that day. And the next day I went home, and my mom, she was still a little bit upset with me, but that was the day where it just continued on with me sleeping over. And
you were just like, girl, like at this point, they didn't do anything to me, so I'm going back.
Exactly. No, and it would get to that point because sometimes like I would purposely just stay late so that my parents don't have to come like pick me up all the way to their house, because at the time the distance from their house to my house was literally across the city. For them to drive late at night and to do that, like, they were just like not having it. So it did get to the point where I would sleep over too often that my parents literally sat me down when I got home that day, and they were like, Mija, you can't keep sleeping over, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing whatever you want, this and this and this and that. Like, they were literally castigándome, and I would just be like, well, I'm gonna continue doing it, so I don't know what you want me to do. I feel so bad because I honestly was such a terca. Like, no me importaba lo que hicieron mis padres. Like, yo hiciera lo que yo quiera. I mean, you know what's crazy? I don't think I was.
It was a troublemaking thing, because it's like you were giving your parents a really hard time.
Yeah, I guess so. But to me, in my mindset at that time, like, I still don't think it was like troublemaking. For me personally, troublemaking is like here fucking like getting arrested, like fucking being a puta. Like, well, I mean, I kind of was. But never mind. I take that all back. Just kidding. I was a troublemaker.
You know what? I feel like another thing that a lot of our parents didn't let us do was even be out late.
Yeah.
And I feel like that also made us kind of very like sneaky deaky.
Yes.
Because there was a lot of times where I had a lot of friends where, you know, their parents would allow them to go out late at night. You know what? I don't understand why in our little head we were like, oh, well, let's go out really late. Like, if there was really something to do out there. We couldn't go to the club. We couldn't go to drink alcohol or anything like that.
Well,
and most of the time, we were sneaking here and there, drinking alcohol or like smoking or something. But even then alone, we wouldn't be able to do anything other than that. You know, there was not one place. We always had to hide somewhere.
Exactly. Our type of late hangouts, well, I don't know if it was the same for you, is when my friend got her car, which was a lot sooner than a lot of us, we would just go in our car, drive around, smoke in our car, find a spot, find a sunset, and that was our late hangout, dude.
But before I started driving, I would actually sneak out of my mom's house like late at night, and I would go to my cousin's house. And mind you, my cousin's house was literally the exact same distance from your house to my house, which was across town.
Oh my God.
So we would literally, like us being like maybe 15, even 14-year-olds, we
walking in the dark
like 9, 10, or 11 p.m. at night, and we would go all the way to my cousin's house just to chill, and then I would walk back to my house by myself at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And ese tiempo no nos dían miedo, dude. Where we're like, bitch, we run the streets.
I swear. And then not only that, I would be like, oh, I already know where I would go around. You know, in Anaheim, there's one really known police station. So that known police station, I would always walk around that area because I was like, well, if something happens to me, the cops are the cops are here. I can scream really fucking loud and they can fucking grab whoever's attacking me. But you know, maybe they wouldn't. But we would sneak out. And I remember this one time when I was younger, yes, I would steal money from my mom, and you know, it was.
I think everybody did as a kid. Honestly.
But I stole a great large amount from my mom, and I ended up getting myself a Disney pass. And my logic at the moment, I got really upset at my mom because I was like, well, my mom is buying herself coats, she's doing her nails, she's buying herself new shoes, and mind you, my mom was the type of person that my mom spends a good amount of money on her clothes and her hair and everything. So when I started seeing all those bills rack up, I was like, girl, you can definitely afford my fucking Disney pass. So I grabbed your fucking bank card, and of course I bought myself a Disney pass. Point was that one day, at the time, I had a boyfriend that was really obsessed with Disney. So we had a little Disney date, and I would very frequently tell my stepdad and my mom when they were working, I would tell my parents at the time very frequently that I was going to go to the library. And one time, as I was at the library, but I was really at Disneyland, my stepdad was like, oh, your mom told me to come pick you up at the library. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm about to be on Radiator Springs, girl. Like, I'm about to make out with my man. And he's like, I'm literally right here and the library is closed. Where are you guys? And I was like, no, like my plan.
I've been caught.
No, dude, I got hella fucking caught red-handed. Me and my sister booked it so bad, dude. I booked it from Disneyland, ran to my cousin's house because my sister didn't have her pass at the time, so I dropped her off at my cousin's house.
Your sister?
Yeah, my sister. So when I would go, my sister would come with me. But since she didn't have her Disney pass, my cousin lived by Disneyland. So I would just drop her off there. Right. And I would go to Disneyland by myself with my man.
The distance from Disney to your cousin's house, how much was that?
It was like a 10-minute walk.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like it wasn't
you were
that
like
bad.
5 minutes.
Dude,
running.
no, I ran. I booked that shit. So then as soon as I got to my cousin's house, going to the library was walking 30 minutes.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So then I fucking immediately called a taxi, and I called a taxi, bitch.
You did not.
Yes, dude, I called a taxi and had the taxi drop us off in front of the fucking library. And when the taxi dropped us off, you could just see my stepdad literally just standing there
in front,
waiting for us. And I felt so bad because he just got out of work and he was thinking that he was just picking us up from like a study date or something at the, like that we were being niños buenos, you know? And I'm so happy that he didn't really tell my mom. So like I didn't get caught.
You know what? Shout out to Lise because he has always been really chill with you guys about that stuff.
Yeah. That's
true. He really has, honestly.
So like, you know, I had my sneak out moments, and I think personally it made me the type of person that I am today. You know, but if you guys have ever sneaked out, comment down below. I want to know your little sneaky links. I want to know what you guys were doing, because even sneaking out just to go have fun was one thing. But sneaking out for a hookup was another
something
thing.
else, bitch. And girl, I was a champ for that.
Irma was low-key a little bit of my wingman before I got with Alanize, because if I wanted to go get some... And Irma came through, girl, because I literally would call her up and be like, friend, I'm literally about to go hook up with this guy right now. I'm going to tell you to call me and ask me if I can go to In-N-Out with you, and I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna put you on speaker, and I'm gonna ask my mom that you're gonna come and pick me up, okay? In speaker, and be like, huh, Irma, we're just gonna go get In-N-Out, and we're gonna come back. And you're like, yeah,
Like,
that's all.
yes,
Like,
just a
please,
cute little
please.
hangout.
Yes, dude, I remember when you would have begged my mom a lot
and I
just
had
to go
my car
out.
at that time too, so it was easily possible if she really wanted the proof, I could have gone, you know?
Yes. So like as soon as I got the approval to go, I was already on my handy dandy app, and I was all like, hey, like all good to go. Come pick me up at the front of my house and stuff like that. And I went inside and I literally made up a whole ass name. I can't even believe that I did this because I was a whole ass kid, dude. Like to think about it. Anyways, point was I got into his car and he shook my hand. Like he kind of looked like a basketball player.
Oh girl, I love basketball
anyways,
players.
the way that he went up to me, he's like, hey, what's up? My name's literally like a whole ass bro, not like a hug or anything, and he's like, all right, you got a spot somewhere? And I was like, spot? What you mean? Like, you don't got a spot, So then we ended up going to this roundabout that was by my house.
I know which one
and
you're talking
I
about.
ended up like sucking him up there. That was the very first time that I had sneaked out of my house for a hookup. And as soon as I knew that I could do that, I started doing it very much more frequently. But of course, sometimes Irma would help me and sometimes she wouldn't. Sometimes I would just, wait until my parent. Are you bored with my story?
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Sometimes I would just wait for my parents to go to sleep, and then, I would wake up. And, my sister's a very deep sleeper, so she never really caught when I went out. It was very much like I went out, pretended to go to the restroom, and then I just left the house.
Damn, bitch. You a sneaky little bitch.
I was hella good.
I couldn't be able to sneak out like that, like leaving literally my house, like late at night and trying to get out the window or through the back door, through the front door. Because one thing about my house is that spring window will not come off, because if I jump out that window, bitch, I'll break a leg. And two, the back door makes noise and it's right next to my parents' window, and sometimes they have that shit open, so they'll hear that door and that gate open as well. And then the front door, the light turns on whenever anybody leaves or comes in. So bitch, there was no way for me to be like, I never went out, but obviously I did, because somebody fucking triggered the fucking light. But the way that I would sneak out, I guess you could say, is it would be probably like around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, already, when everybody's like already wanting to go to sleep and everything. Not really. And I had a friend at that time that I would talk to, and she literally lived like, not the one that would live 2 blocks away. She would actually be like down the street, straight down. And I would just tell my parents, oh, mom, dad, my friend needs help with her math homework. My friend needs help with her homework. We have a project together. And they would believe me because I was really good with math and I was really good with my grades. And so they'd be like, oh, okay, mija, well, be safe.
Go have some fun with
Go
them
have
dicks.
some fun, and I will, and I did. And literally, sometimes I would actually get to her house just to make sure, like, if my mom's not following me or anything. But some cases, literally, I would just walk down the street and sit down on the curb under a lamppost, bitch, and just wait for the guy to come through.
You're like, help me.
I'm like, prostitute. How much you want me to charge you? Oh, it's gonna be $100, baby.
You're all just waiting in the corner.
Dude, no, literally,
for some
it
dick.
gave off that vibe very much. Now thinking about it, I'm like, bitch, down, what the fuck? I look like a hoe out there, because bitch, I would always try to switch up the spots, just because obviously neighbors, like in my neighborhood, they're pretty snoopy. Like, I always try to switch my pods because it would be a little too frequent, babes. Like, it would be like probably almost every 2 to 3 days that I'd be like out and about, steady dates, but realistically I would be getting picked up from these fucking guys. And guys, sometimes it wouldn't just be that one guy that night, because when we would be done, it would be barely like 10:30, and I'm like, girl,
I want some more.
not even that. My
Thank
parents,
you, next.
no, that, but it's because my parents were still up, and I didn't want to go in after like looking like a mess, hair all fucked up, like getting all fucking sucked up, and my titties all sucked up and shit. Like, no, like I still needed to like kill some time, and since I didn't really have a car at that time, I was like, you know what, round 2, bitch. Who else is available? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're so sexy. You wanna come through? Okay, pick me up here. And I would just wait, whatever, do my thing. Sometimes even still go to my friend's house and be like, hey, actually I would actually go to my friend's house. It was probably like 2 or 3 times that it was 2 blocks away instead of the down the street one. Oh my God, I had so many friends around me in my neighborhood. What the fuck? Where they at now? I actually would go to her house after and be like, hey, like, what are you doing? Can I come through real quick? I just got some dick and I'm waiting for another one. So can I just pull up real quick, clean up a little bit, use her literally. And she'd be like, oh yeah, fuck it, dude. And she still wouldn't be in shock of like, bitch, you're really out here hooking up with guys? I'm like, yeah, bitch, you don't think I would or what? Like, I'm being a hoe, honey. And she's like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I would never.
I could never get that.
Literally, like, she would be like, I could never. Like, it's a whole stranger. I'm like, well, this puss gotta eat.
Los que pueden, pues los que no, soporten.
Somero, dude. But yeah, honestly, those were the fucking days. It's crazy how, like, easily it could be so dangerous. But whenever I would go to these hookups or sneaky links, I personally was always cautious. I always had a pepper spray on me. I always had a navaja on me. That nunca me faltaba. I actually stole it from my dad because that was only a navaja that I was able to find, and I'm pretty sure my dad was like, where the fuck is it? And now I'm just here like protecting myself from my sneaky link, So at least it came into good use. But overall, would I do it like that again? Honestly, if I was a parent now and I knew that my kid was doing this shit, bitch, I would stop that shit immediately. I now understand how unsafe that fucking looks, because there is situations where unfortunately there is like fucking young girls going on this date with this older guy, which sometimes would be older men, and unfortunately things would happen horribly. I'm grateful that nothing horribly happened to me, but I feel like I always try to give off that vibe of like, no bitch, you're not fucking with me. Like, I feel like I just had a really strong personality with these guys that they knew not to fuck with me, basically. At least I stood my ground, but as a parent point of view, I would not be happy if I saw my child doing that shit, and there'd be a lot of castigos right there if I ever caught myself young doing that shit, bitch.
I wonder where it kind of like starts, where like, where kids have the thing to start hiding things from their parents, and why? Is it something because of what the parent does, or the child isn't comfortable with the parent that doesn't have that type of relationship where they can communicate stuff like that? Because I'm not gonna lie, if I have a kid, I would love for my kid to be like, hey dad, like I'm going to go on a date with this guy, or I'm gonna go hook up with this guy, and I would be like, yeah, but just be careful, do you know this guy? I would love to have those type of no, I would love to have those open conversations with my child, and I would also like to know what's going on. None of our friends have ever been like, oh yeah, I tell my mom everything, like she's known about my hookup story, she's known about when I've stuff. I've never really known anybody. It's maybe like once in a blue moon that I know somebody that has that type of relationship, but I wonder how you start that relationship so that, if we ever do become parents, how can we be good for our kids like that? So do we just tell them, hey, you can be as comfortable as you want, you can talk up to me about anything, but then again, you don't want to cross the boundaries of, that you're too comfortable where you're still the parent and I'm not your best friend.
And that's the thing, like, if I'm barely comfortable talking about it with my parents, like even about sex or just about your normal life with like friends or lo que sea, like, how do you get to that comfort as a parent? If I'm already not comfortable right now with my parent, what makes you think that when I get older and I have my own kids, I'm going to be comfortable with my kid about that? Like,
well,
it's just,
we don't know until you have a kid,
exactly,
but let us know in the comment down below if you are a mommy or a daddy, because daddies do have opinions as well.
Yes.
They might not be right sometimes, but comment down below what you guys think about this week's topic, and let us know what you guys want us to talk about more, because girl, we love to have these type of open conversations. And I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode as much as we did. Don't forget to comment down below to be featured on next week's episode, and come back up, click that like button and that subscribe button, and don't forget to follow us at all of our social medias, and porque si no, you're missing out. At Call Me Danny,
at Irma XO, and also don't forget to follow the Let's Talk Pendejadas page on TikTok and on Instagram. And don't think we forgot our positive affirmation.
Now this goes to all of our little secret little spies out there. They said I couldn't go out, so I built a world they couldn't keep me out of.
That's right.
I feel like that's the one thing that I love about being adult is that I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Literally, bitch. I feel like we forget that we have free will.
Yeah, I swear to God, sometimes I still get a little bit scared. I know that we were supposed to end this podcast,
I know, but hold
on. I feel like, sometimes I still get a little bit scared, like that, like if I get a tattoo, I have to go tell my mom,
No.
I don't have to ask her,
don't.
or like setting boundaries with parents and stuff like that. So it's definitely taking a while for me to get to that level, but soon I'm gonna be a full-on adult. Now that we're men, we change our underwear. Now that we're men. You don't know that song?
It sounds familiar. Okay, that's where I was like,
that I like that song because it's all about growing up.
Aw, that's so cute.
I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.